Look at all this money!
Oh my God, what happened to you, Pierre? You look old as fuck!
Sup, fellow quacks. So, AI, also known as artificial incontinence. I actually meant to say intelligence, but based on the amount of shit that AI spews out, it might as well be incontinence. So lately I've noticed an increase in AI fruit videos, and I wanted to talk about it, specifically like related to fruits. I mean, there are other subgenres I've noticed on sites like Twitter and Instagram, but I'm mostly focused on the fruits because I've just seen so much weird stuff from it, and I just wanted to talk about it because, well, it's just one of those things that's bothering me, and I just figured I might as well yap about it. So, first of all, why has there been such a surge in these videos? Why are they so popular? And why are they so weird?
Artificial incontinence. Way down on my luck. The only way to soothe my soul is to talk the AI fruit. AI fruit killing each other. I stay up all night doing bullshit. I never get sleepy. AI is rotten to the core. ChatGPT generated. No.
The reason why these videos are so popular is because fruit-headed people are just inherently more interesting and more captivating to watch than regular AI people. I mean, there is a certain charm to them, but like, I'm using it very lightly because it's still AI, but like, if I were to compare some random bland generated person in the typical AI Disney style versus a fruit person in the Disney style, I'm gonna pick the fruit person just because it's a little bit more fun looking. But again, to this AI, I just don't like it. But like, you know, one is more clickable than the other. One is at least more interesting. But also, I feel like, based on what I'm going to be talking about later, when it comes to the plot lines and content of these videos, you'll be glad that they are fruit, because if you saw this happening to actual AI people, like regular humans, it'd be significantly more horrific and less wacky and silly. And speaking of the Disney style, yeah, a lot of these videos are obviously trained off of Disney, specifically like more recent Disney movies and Disney princesses, because I've noticed that the female characters always have this very Disney princess-esque look to them. They have massive eyes, they have tiny noses and full lips. They also have these sort of petite hourglass pear-shaped bodies, and that the men look much more realistic to the point that it's like kind of creepy. Like, why are the men like almost realistic, borderline hyper-realistic, whereas the women look super cartoony and small? That's kind of weird. And sometimes the art style does change because the AI is inconsistent, so the women might look more realistic and less babyish, but there is still that weird vibe to it. Like, it's just so creepy to me. And another thing, because the characters are fruits, they have bright colors, and people just naturally like bright colors. They're obviously gonna be more appealing to a random scroller. So obviously, when you come across a video with bright colored fruit people, you're gonna want to click on it just out of curiosity because of how colorful it is. But that's the issue they have with these videos, is that they have this Disney-esque look to them, but yet the content itself is very inappropriate, and that is where my biggest issue comes with these videos. I mean, aside from the fact that they're AI, it's that they have a very Elsa-esque vibe to them, but like taking it up a notch, which says a lot because a lot of the Elsa videos are pretty bad. So now it's time to talk about the different plot lines that these AI videos have. And also, I want to say that some of the examples I may show aren't just fruit people, but in general, I think they're all part of the same cinematic universe of just strange AI non-human people doing weird things. So anyway, the first plot I see is the hated child versus the loved child, where a parent will blatantly tell their kids at birth while they're in their cribs, "Hello, child number one, I love you, you're amazing and awesome and you're perfect." And then they'll go to the other child and be like, "Hello, child number two, I hate you, you're awful and terrible, and you're going to be the servant to child number one."
You see the balls, my son? They contain your future. I would love to have the golden one, Mama. No way, Jack. I saw the golden ball first. Take this other ball then, Jack.
Why do you always get everything you want?
And that's basically it. It's so weird. I don't know why AI is so obsessed with that plot line. It almost gives off Fable type of vibes in a way, like some sort of lesson is supposed to be learned from these, but because it's AI, it sucks, so nothing really of value comes through, so whatever, I guess.
Juice hitting, babe. Ha ha ha.
Look at all this broccoli, cuh. Looking tasty. Poor little broccoli, cuh. This gonna change everything. Shh, just watch what happened next, cuh.
The next one I find to be actually kind of horrific, and why I'm glad that these characters are fruits and not humans, but because they're fruits, it's kind of like surreal in a horror way. So there's this reoccurring thing where, like, I have always seen this really ugly looking skeletal broccoli dude, and he's always married to some fat fruit chick, right? So the broccoli dude will drain the fruit chick, usually his like wife or girlfriend or whatever, of her juice, and then he sells the juice or he drinks the juice and then becomes like buff or something like that. Or if he does just sell the juice, he becomes popular, and then it becomes like a whole business, and then the fruit lady will wake up and be like, oh my gosh, I look like I've been drained, I look like an old lady or whatever, I look shriveled up, and then starts panicking and looking for the broccoli dude to like fight him or something like that. Like, that's basically the plot line.
No, that is pure profit. Help me to pack all this.
Yeah, it's just kind of gross, and also it kind of gives fetishy vibes in a way, like the idea of a fruit person getting shriveled or something just feels like so obscure fetish. And like, I'm not really gonna like fetish shame or anything like that, but I just feel like because these are so prevalent online, and because it uses AI, I just feel like y'all should just keep that within a fetish space somewhere instead of sharing it publicly and using under the guise of quirky, cute, Disney-esque art styles. Like, that's where my issue is. But anyway, moving on to another plot line that I've seen. I just feel like there's just a really huge emphasis on infidelity, and there's just so much of like spousal abuse as well. It's honestly like kind of depressing to watch. Like, even with the surreal fruit characters and how goofy they look, there's something so dystopian and kind of depressing about how these characters are fighting and how they're crying and beating each other up. And thankfully AI is not good at making gore. I mean, when it does try, it does look really bad in a kind of a horrific way, but it doesn't look accurate, so there's that. But yeah, like, I just don't know why so much of these videos are like obsessed with having characters be beaten, specifically women. I've noticed, like, they love to have AI women be beat up by men, and it just bothers me because, again, these videos seem like they have a sort of childlike vibe to them, so obviously a child's gonna watch this and think it's okay because of the art style, and seeing partners cheat on each other is also just not a good influence. And on a similar note, I've noticed that there's a lot of characters overreacting and misunderstanding things. Like, for example, let's say a character is doing something and their partner assumes that they're cheating, and they jump to conclusions really fast and start crying and yelling and literally beating the shit out of their partner over it. The partner's like, oh yeah, I was just like planning a surprise birthday party for you or something, and it was completely innocent, but they overreacted, or, and you know, they were like, oh no, I overreacted, I shouldn't have done that. And it's like, why did you jump so far to conclusions in the first place? That's the thing I noticed about these AI videos, is that the characters don't have like normal emotions. They have the most unhinged emotional responses to literally anything. Like, it is actually kind of terrifying how these characters live in this world where they have the emotional regulation of a 2-year-old or something. Like, I'm just so baffled by how these characters function. By the way, I've also noticed that a lot of kid characters in these AI videos tend to be endangered in ways that are actually, like, kind of distressing. Like, yeah, they're AI fruits or AI cats or any other strange creature or object, but the fact that I've seen videos where babies were smothered by their mothers with pillows and then tossed into the ocean while the mother is driving backwards on the road for some reason, even though it was kind of fucking goofy to watch, it was still kind of disturbing, because why would someone make an AI-generated scenario of a mother killing her child like that and then laughing about it? Like, okay, I've just seen a lot of videos where characters will straight up kill each other, and then they like put them in a stew or they cook them, and oh, it's so nasty. I've seen some pretty nasty ones. I remember actually seeing one where this father decides to roast himself on a grill or something like that because he was a banana to feed his family, which, okay, I guess we're gonna go with the cannibalism plotline. That's cool, I guess. Like, just, why are we making this? I don't want to, I don't want to assume it's a fetish, but I feel like there's some weird thing going on with them. Yeah, we gotta stop with this AI stuff. It's just getting really out of hand. Also, I've noticed there's this genre of AI videos that I've seen with these types of things that I'm gonna call poverty porn, which is not necessarily like meant to be seen as that way, but it's just this overemphasis on how impoverished certain characters are and certain plot lines where they're like, look how poor they are, they have no money, they live in absolute filth, they're wearing rags, they're always crying about how hungry and sad and poor they are, they wish they were rich, they have nothing to eat. Look how sad and terrible, pathetic it is, guys. Don't you want them to get rich, be happy? No, they're gonna be suffering. And it's just, I don't know, it just feels weird to me. I don't know how to put it, but I just don't like it. I've seen some really gross looking houses in these videos where they just look so bad and so ridiculous. I'm just like, what is going on? But then it leads into the fetishy territory where these videos will have this plot line where somebody will just randomly vomit or shit gold.
OMG, this is real gold. Wow. I'm going to sell this. We're going to buy so many amazing things.
And then the other family member will sell it off to become rich, and then they start exploiting that family member so that way they can continuously make money. But then obviously that family member that's making the gold starts to feel unwell because obviously having to shit and vomit a lot is going to make you feel sick. But it just feels fetishy to me because, like, I don't know, man. Who gets the idea of, like, oh yeah, someone just randomly vomits gold and now they can make money off of it? Like, I don't know. That's just some of those things I just have to question. I know I made a whole video about not everything is a fetish, but I feel like with AI, I just can't give that same level of grace. So, yeah, really weird. I get that, like, there's a drama aspect to them, but, like, it just kind of starts to cross the line a little bit to the point where it feels very intense. And because of the lighthearted art style, it's like misleading and kids are gonna see it and think that's okay to watch when it's really not. And going back to the whole poverty porn plotline, there's also just this really weird obsession with rags to riches in general. Like, there's this overall fairy tale-esque vibe to these videos where it's like characters fantasizing about becoming rich because they're ultra poor and then somehow finding an infinite money glitch, usually through like exploiting somebody else and then becoming rich and living happily ever after or whatever. But usually the person that got exploited will get the revenge. The revenge being something horrifically violent. But then again, I guess if someone, like, I don't know, forced me to vomit gold, I'd probably want to kill them too. But like, still, it's just so weird to me. Why are we trying to make like fucking Aesop's Fables with AI? Why don't you just like make just random animated stuff instead of using AI for that? I don't know. It gets really nonsensical, and frankly, I need to move on to the next topic because I'm just starting to lose brain cells. So something else I've noticed with a lot of these videos is that there's a lot of racism in them, specifically towards black people because, of course, anti-blackness is always going to be prevalent, and AI made it way worse, so I'm not surprised. There's a lot of AAVE usage in these videos, and it sounds really bad because it's AI. I feel like AI will randomly have the characters mispronounce things or just use it a little too excessively. Like, I've seen videos where characters will say "cuh" like every 2 seconds, and it sounds so bad, and the subtitles can't even get it accurate. So sometimes they'll say "qua," and I'm like, what are you doing?
Yo, hold up, Qua. That's literally my whole face right there, Qua. That boy is a yellow sponge, Qua. He rich as hell and he missing, Qua. Man, I can straight up have a whole family, Qua. Missing for 6 whole years from the yellow sponge manna, Qua. They ain't never stopped looking for that boy, Qua. But nobody ever looked for a black sponge like me, Qua.
What are we doing? Why are you saying "cuh" every 2 minutes? Like, that's not how that works. And sometimes also they'll have like AI characters that just look really bad. Like, I kept seeing these videos where it was AI black SpongeBob with dreads, and it was like really bad looking. And I was just like, oh, okay, all right. And then I didn't screen record it because frankly it was just making me uncomfortable. But like in the AI SpongeBob videos, there was Sandy, and Sandy had braids and she was pregnant, and she also kept saying "cuh," and I was just, oh my gosh, what are we doing? It was so bad. And also, the thing that really pissed me off was that the characters are already talking AAVE, but then also she was pregnant and she was in this really rundown hospital, and she was wearing She was wearing like a shirt that said like hood, something like that, and then the hospital had like these posters on the wall and they were saying some AI gibberish, but it said something related to the hood, and I was just like, all right, okay, I've had about enough of this. This is fucking bullshit. I'm tired. I clicked off. I wasn't gonna watch the whole thing. But yeah, I'm just tired of the racism in these videos.
Please get a job.
Calm down, cuh. I will, but not now.
You need to get a job and stop playing that PlayStation 5.
Okay, fine, bruv. Let me go get some milk for breakfast. You're evicted, ma'am. You have to get out today.
But I have 67 kids and I have no place to live.
Ain't my problem, cuh.
What is going on? Who enjoys this genuinely? Because I've seen the stats on a lot of these videos and they aren't like doing super duper well. Some of them only have like 1,000 likes, maybe 2 comments, and others just have like a bunch of comments, but they're all very like bot-like or spammy. So it's not like as if these videos are doing numbers or whatever. So the fact that these videos are just out there and people are making them kind of for shits and giggles just weirds me out, because they're not really entertaining in a way that's good. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just one of those things where I just don't understand the mindset of these people. I can kind of understand the people who made like the whole TikTok series, because at least there's like a plot line to them. And from what I've heard, they're really bad as well. I don't know about the racism aspects, but there is definitely a lot of issues with misogyny and violence and all that. But in terms of the racism, I don't know. But yeah, the racism is really bad, and we need to stop with this AI stuff because it's getting really ridiculous, and I am just really frustrated with this in general. So I'm gonna move on. So to end off this video, I do want to say, despite how much I said that these videos are stupid and that I don't understand who would watch them, when I was looking through some of these for this video, I will say there was sort of this like oddly mesmerizing, morbid curiosity that I felt towards them. Kind of like I couldn't look away, like I was looking at a train wreck or something like that. So it was oddly pulling me in because of how stupid they were. Like, I kept watching, like, it couldn't get any worse, could it? And it just felt so brain rotty and weird that it did kind of mess with me a little bit, like, mentally, as I was watching them. Like, it would gross me out because I did see some stuff that was genuinely disgusting. Like, I remember seeing one video where a banana gave birth, and it was actually, like, so... Oh, I'm not even doing a bit right now. That, like, actually made me gag. Like, it was so gross. Like, it wasn't, like, ultra graphic, but just because it's AI, it wasn't... The point is that it was just really nasty, and like I kept seeing stuff like that, but it was like my brain was sort of simultaneously being grossed out but desensitizing itself to it, like it was trying to adjust, like a coping mechanism in a way, which is really weird. And I remember one day after watching a bunch of those videos, I had a really bizarre dream. I don't remember what happened, but I could tell that it was influenced by those AI videos because of how surreal and gross it was. And that made me realize that, yeah, this is probably not good for, like, my psyche. Like, I should not be watching these videos regularly. And I feel bad for people who do watch them on the regular because it's clear that it's going to mess with them mentally. Like, these videos are not good to watch at all. I know there are some videos that I've seen that definitely, like, maybe nose exhale a little bit. Like, okay, I guess it was kind of funny, but then I remember it's AI and it's like, oh, okay, I guess it's not that funny.
Oh my God, what happened to you, Pierre? You look old as fuck!
You know, there is something about these videos that is just so odd and so weird. So I guess I can kind of understand why people do make them. The bizarreness of it does feel kind of interesting, I guess. But again, I just hate how AI has just become so normalized in everything to the point that it's just become a regular thing to see when you're scrolling through social media. But it really shouldn't be. And we shouldn't be seeing all these fucking TikTok series where it follows like these bizarre plot lines and stuff where it's full of misogyny and racism and borderline or overtly fetishy stuff in general. This sort of content wouldn't be so normalized. I really feel like Elsagate has done a lot of damage to the internet as a whole, which really sucks because kids have to grow up seeing this. And unfortunately, kids are going to grow up thinking that this is normal. They're going to be probably more brain rotted than the current generation already is. So yeah, I'm just tired of all this AI stuff. I'm tired of hearing about it. I'm tired of seeing it everywhere. I wish it would just go away. I miss pre-AI times because at least things were a lot more normal back then. I genuinely think that 2019 was the last good year, and every year since has been like essentially purgatory or hell or whatever. Like, we're just in some sort of weird simulation, and 2019 was the last year before things kind of went off the deep end. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you quacks later.